What to do, comic book gurus? It's your boy Razor Comics, and this is the day after Wednesday, the day after New Comic Book Day. Today is Thursday, 9:39 if you're on the West Coast or in Arizona, 12:39 a.m. if you're in the East Coast. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight. Tonight is a test pilot. If you're hanging out, watching the show, I appreciate you. Please like, comment, subscribe to Razor Comics. If you are new, thank you for joining me tonight. Normally we do this on Saturday, but this Saturday we are going to be taking the week off because I have a members only live stream. That's right, members only live. $2.99 a month. You can become a guru yourself. Hang out with us every once a month where we get together for a community hangout. I call it a kickback. Usually I show off some sick covers, bro. And this week I'm going to be showing off a pile of giveaway books that I put together for Beyond the Con. Beyond the Con coming up June 20th to the 22nd. Be looking out for Beyond the Con, ladies and gentlemen. It is an event that we are putting together that I'm extremely excited for. It is called Beyond the Con, and you're probably wondering, well, what is Beyond the Con, Razor? I'll tell you what that's about if you're listening late night here tonight on a Thursday, the day after. It's June 20th to the 22nd. It's going to be a comic book giveaway weekend. That's right. If you love comic books, well, I love giving them to you. And we are trying to build a community between the 20th and the 22nd. You can come hang out with us. And for the whole weekend, we are going to be giving away nothing but comic books and having a fun time doing live streams. That's right. Your boy here included, and many others are going to be doing live streams during that weekend. Live streams, giving books away to help grow the community, to help grow our channel. To pretty much say thanks to the community for those who can't make it out to other cons like Heroes Con that's going on. For those that are disabled, for those who just can't make it for financial reasons, that still want to participate in a kind of a creator, a comic book convention type like style, well, we got you covered for that weekend, June 20th to 22nd. Check us out. It is the comic book giveaway weekend. We call it Beyond the Con. If you're a content creator and you want to get involved in Beyond the Con, we have some cool content creators that are going to be stopping by for the weekend of June 20th to the 22nd. One of them is One Collection Down, Fable, who's going to be starting it off on Friday night, along with Crazy Hungarian, who at 8 o'clock has his own show live on Friday night. It's YouTube with Crazy Hungarian. And then at 9 o'clock, you're going to see our guy Fable, One Collection Down. That's right, 9 o'clock Eastern, One Collection Down, Fable on Friday night. Then Saturday morning, you're going to see one cheap comic collector with his auction. And then myself, late night after hours with your boy Razor Comics. We're going to be doing a show like we do every Saturday night. Please check us out. I do that with a friend of mine. His name is George from the 757 Hustle Show. We do that every Saturday night. So because we are not going to be doing that this Saturday because of the members only live stream. So no hangout this Saturday for the regular show, but we are going to be doing a members only live stream. And then on Sunday, next day on Sunday, you can catch me on, Matt from Heroes for Hire, where I'm doing an interview with him at noon. That's going to be noon Eastern, 9 my time. He's calling it Wake and Bake. So Wake and Bake with Matt from Heroes for Hire Comic Club. So look for me there. But that event is happening June 20th to the 22nd. It is called Beyond the Con. A schedule is going to be posted on Facebook. You can follow us on Facebook. Beyond the Con is on Facebook. It's just created just for the schedule and then keeping track of any giveaways, any updates, any content creators that want to join. There is a temporary schedule that's been created, if you will, for now. So if you want to go and check that out, please stop by the Facebook page of Beyond the Con to look at the schedule for your content creator, favorite content creator. Gotham Gland, Swagda, and others will be added. Also, we have Mad Monkey Love, who is going to be donating a sketch card of your choice. That's right. He's going to be live drawing a sketch card. Mad Monkey Love, follow him on Instagram. Give him a shout out. Give him a look. He does some great job, great artwork out there. An independent artist that does trading card artwork, that does sketch artwork. He's done artwork, cover artwork for my Niobe's comics. He does trading card artwork for Marvel, for SpongeBob, for Star Wars. He does a whole bunch of great things out there. Mad Monkey Love, give him a follow. He's going to be hanging out, giving out a sketch card. Gotham and Glam, as well as others, Swagda and other content creators doing live streams for that weekend of June 20th through 22nd for Beyond the Con. Everybody who's stopping by, I appreciate you. This is a test pilot for a show that I might be putting together during the week called After Wednesday. That's right, the day after Wednesday. The day after New Comic Book Day, where we're going to gather, talk about what's happened through the week, comic book news, community news, also what's hot in the world of comic books. This is only a test pilot, so if you like what you hear tonight, if you're listening up late tonight, I appreciate you just dropping a comment down below, subscribing to the channel. Let me know what you think about this maybe possible show that I might put together in the future. Not sure yet. Something that I've been thinking about working, cooking. And I thought tonight would be a good night to go ahead and drop it. And again, let me know what you think. We'll be going over some topics tonight. I have the day after list here from Cover Price. If you don't know what that is, I'll pull it up and we will talk about that. Also have an article from Variety that I'm going to cover. And again, this is a test pilot. So if this does turn out to be pretty good and people like it, then I will add some other segments, some other ideas to the show. And if you have some, leave them down below. We do have somebody that's stopping by tonight saying hi in the chat. Let's take a look. We have Lisa Noble. Thank you, Lisa. My favorite moderator. Comic Community Awards are coming up. I will be talking about them on my members only live stream. I do have some thoughts on this year's awards. Of course, I do not participate and I do not support, but I will be giving you my feedback, my ideas, if you will. Lisa Noble, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you. Shout you out. Give her a follow on Instagram as well. Also on eBay, she does some great deals, some great offers. If you're looking for Mark Spears, she has some great deals on there as well. Shout out to Lisa Noble, big member of our comic community. Now, ladies and gentlemen, also in a couple of weeks, I have a huge announcement. That's right, breaking news, if you will. And again, if you're stopping by, thank you for stopping by. It's late night, the day after. Excuse me, let's correct that. I'm so used to saying late night after hours. Excuse me. It is the day after, Wednesday, the day after comic book day. It's Thursday. Thank you for stopping by and joining us tonight. Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen, in 2 weeks. No, not even in 2 weeks. In 1 week, nay that. Let's correct that. Nay 2 weeks. Strike that. Strike the pose. And 1 week from today, June 7th. 1 week from today? No, what's today? Thursday. You know what I'm saying. June 7th, Saturday night, for the late night after hours, we're having a special guest stop by. You know and love him. His name is DJ Lynx. That's right. He is a huge member of the comic community, probably the biggest guy when it comes to mystery boxes. If you like mystery boxes, if you're new to the comic community and you like a good mystery box, like myself, who was, when I was first watching videos, I was a big mystery box guy. I was a big DJ Lynx guy. I'll be honest with you. I used to sit around. I used to pretend like I was Lynx with my make-believe mystery box that I bought off eBay and looked up the prices. And he is a huge member of the comic community. He has some thoughts on the comic community awards that he just recently released on a live stream where he gave his thoughts about no longer supporting one of the huge major sponsors of the comic community awards. Breaking news, he is no longer supporting the awards. He is pulling out. He will not be editing and he will not be sponsoring the comic community awards this year. Breaking news. Now, you might be asking yourself, Razor, what is the Comic Community Awards? Never heard of this. Great question. It is an award show that's put together every year by a gentleman named Brian LCS, calls himself the Godfather of Comic Community Awards. I'll be discussing more about this tomorrow on the members only live stream, $2.99 a month. Join, hang out with your boy. I got some very strong thoughts and feelings about the award show. I'll give those to you tomorrow. But this gentleman here named DJ Lynx has pulled out of the Comic Community Awards. He will no longer be a part of it, sponsoring it. Due to some controversy that happened with last year's awards. If you've been following your boy, then you know what that controversy is. I do not need to recap it, but if you're new, I will recap that tomorrow. I'll also be talking to Lynx about it next week and questioning him about the mystery boxes. I will bring that up to DJ Lynx as well, but he'll be sitting in as a wicked DJ. That's right. He is dusting off the turntables, ladies and gentlemen, for a one night only. This is a one night affair. I advise you to be there. Be there. Do not be square. The tables have turned. One night only. Me and DJ Lynx, also George from the 757 Hustle Show, are going to be sitting down, having an interview, but a little bit twist to it. He is going to be dusting off the turntables, going to be playing some music for us for the night. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's a one night only, and I truly mean it's a one night only. It's free cover price. You do not need to pay a cover charge to get into this party. Nay, we're going to have music. We're going to have a fun time. We're going to have laughs. We're going to have the community backing us up. I'm bringing the comedy with George. We're going to have Lynx bringing the music. It's something that might not be replayed and might not be shown ever again because of what we're doing. I don't think anybody in the comic community has ever done this before. Matter of fact, I know that nobody has done this before because I asked DJ Links. DJ Links has told me that no, he has not done this before. And anybody else's show, you're going to get it here. Not just a regular interview, but some music. That's right. DJ Links is going to be DJing. You heard it first here. Yes, he is going to be the DJ for the night. So if you like mystery boxes, if you like DJ Links, if you like DJ music, hip hop, and all that good stuff, we are going to be hanging out. Yes, he's going to be on the turntables in the mix, ladies and gentlemen. DJ Links. So it's a one night only. It might not ever be replayed. You're going to have to be there to experience it. And trust me, if you have not heard or seen DJ Links on the turntables, you're going to want to do this. We're not going to know how many times he's actually going to be on the turntables. I think that this is the first time that he's actually dusted off the turntables in a while. The last time he's actually did anything, I think, was a video or even a gathering or some sort. So, yeah, we're going to have Links on, and he is going to be busting out the turntables, ladies and gentlemen. Check us out June 7th, next week, Saturday, for Late Night After Hours for a very special one-night only event. You do not need to pay cover price. It's going to be free. No charge, guys. You can get in. I'm not charging you $5, $10. I should for the music and the laughter that you're going to have that night, but I'm not. I just urge you to please like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Thank you, everybody, stopping by tonight. We got Funhouse Comics in the house. He's stopping by on this day after New Comic Book Day. This is something that was just not preemptive. I just dropped this. Something I've been thinking about. It's called The Day After. We're going to get into it. I'm not sure where everybody's at, my guy. I did not plan this, so we are just hanging out tonight. So if you're watching the show or listening, thank you. I appreciate you stopping by. Let's get into what could be possibly, and I'm going to, if you guys don't know, this is a 420 relaxed type of show. So we smoke and we kind of hang out. So I'm going to take a hit. And in Arizona, it is legal. And that is the big debate, right? I've been given some flack before because I partake. But here's the deal, guys. It's illegal in the state of Arizona. And in many other states, to be quite honest. To be fair, in other states as well. Now, the day after, you're wondering, where did this come from, Razor? Well, there's an article on Cover Price called The Day After. And I came across this article on Cover Price, and I thought it was interesting. Let me show you. So this is The Day After on Cover Price, and I will show you the sick cover, bro, and we'll get into it. Day After Wednesday, trending new comics, May 29th, 2025. This is the article today in Cover Price. Independent comic books are slowly outpacing mainstream titles in 2025 thanks to their creative freedom and unique storytelling, which is a noticeable trend in the industry. Yes, it is. While major publishers continue to produce and sell a significant number of titles, artists like Shveta Shubina are creating bold and distinct works that resonate with collectors seeking alternatives to the repetitive dominance of Marvel and DC. Crowdfunding platforms such as Kickstarter have empowered independent creators, allowing them to launch unique projects without relying on traditional gatekeepers, if you will. Local comic shops are experiencing a surge in sales of indie titles as enthusiasts seek out these distinct offerings. Additionally, social media has heightened the discoverability of indie comics, making them a vibrant and innovative force in the industry. We are excited to witness a redefinition of what comics can be. And with that, let's see how these independent artists are performing this week on the Day After Wednesday. The more information you know, the more you know. Most of these have been noted on or previous FOC in current and new comic book day articles by Left Eros. Remember, that is worth reviewing books on FOC every week so you can tell your LCS the books you want and secure them for cover price rather than paying the high aftermarket cost. This leads to more money and saved in your wallet and more money earned for your LCS. Favorite creators, artists, editors, publishers, and more. This is one of the best things you can do to support the industry as well as all we love. FOC is rapidly becoming the new comic book day. Retailers and LCS are cutting back, so getting your FOC in is more important than ever. Here's a little interesting note on variants. Yes, this article does tend to feature mostly incentive variants. This is due to the growing rarity. Check this out, guys. The growing rarity of high ratio incentives and the difficulty of stores qualifying for them due to low pre orders at FOC or overall cautious ordering. We are also looking for non racial covers to feature. However, it's important to note that most weeks do not have standard cover, selling cover price the day after release. For example, it took Beneath the Trees, where nobody sees, about 2 weeks to gain any traction. It is also worth noting that these books depend on the price at your LCS. Could be hot or cold despite their placement on the list. This is just a quick look at what new releases are seeing market momentum. Based on ratio pricing, 1 in 25 equals $25, 1 in 50 equals 50, etc. The goal is to find them cheaper. Happy hunting. So let's get into it. These are the books that are burning up the sales charts. This is a pretty sick cover by Shubina. I'm not sure if this is a new artist, but this is an artist's name that has been popping up a lot. A lot of the top 10 shows, a lot of the shows that cover the hot comics like Cover Price and others. I've noticed this artist pop up a lot. I mean, it is a beautiful cover. Shubina, Detective Kaiju #1, Shveta Shubina, 1 in 25, massive. This week, massive publishing Detective Kaiju #1 was released with writer Michael Calero and artist Kit Walls, navigating a dark murder mystery with the vibrant quested universe, while the standard covers by Wallace Smith and Claro impressed the 1 in 25 incentive, currently valued at $200. Holy! This is valued at $200 right now, guys, according to this article in Cover Price, the day after Wednesday, May 29th. It is a beautiful cover. Holy, if you have your hands on this, guys, put it up. It is pretty sweet. Lisa said that she loves some Shveta. Savita? Sveta? I don't know how you pronounce it, but it is definitely a sick cover, bro. Look at the cheeks on her. The definition on the cheeks are quite nice. I do like her the signature of this artist, the autograph that she puts on here, that S that she uses. That is dope, bro. It's a very long line. I enjoy that very long S. It reminds you of some old school S's that you would put on your notebook back in high school days. But this is a very beautiful cover. If you have your hands on it, you might want to look at flipping it. It's a 1 in 25, currently valued at $200. She's certainly one to keep your eye on. Next one up, this is another sick cover. It seems like the ladies are dominating the charts this week. And this is another one. Look at this. This is just beautiful. How the pink background really pops. It really looks good on this cover here. The roller skates, the thighs. Oh my goodness. Another Shubina cover. This is Pinopolis #3, 1 in 25. Did we mention Shubina already? Well, she's at it again on her regular run for the 1 in 25 incentive on Pinopolis. Holy shit. #3. Pinup Apocalypse #3. If you're looking to get in on the action, expect this to run you around $150 to $170 or even more, unless your local store is either generous or not to speed on this one, guys. This is the 1 in 25. This is a new hot artist. A lot of the new shows are talking about him. Lisa says that she has two of that one, the roller skate cover. This is the roller skate cover, and this roller skate cover is getting a lot of traction. These ratios are now getting harder to find. I had a little conversation with somebody who's an insider in the comic book community just about a week ago after my show. And this insider did advise me, guys, if you are a flipper, that ratio covers right now are going to be the next hot item. Instead of the variant covers are pretty much disappearing. But ratio covers are still going to be out there. In fact, they're going to be harder to get because of the variant covers disappearing. LCSs are now cutting back. And it's not because of LCSs, it's because of the publishers and whatnot. They are no longer printing as much as we're used to when it comes to the variant covers. So just a little inside information from my guy on the inside, letting me know that you might want to pick up some ratio covers, guys, especially when they're hot new artists like this. I've never heard of this artist until this last week. I'll be honest with you. And now that I've heard of Shubina, these covers are beautiful, amazing artwork. Reminds me of some of those 50s pin-up style of artwork, Betty Page and whatnot. Really enjoy these types of covers. I think she's going to be the next big artist in the future months here. One to watch. These books are looking promising. So this again is on cover price. If you're watching here tonight, if you're listening on the dial, as they say, please give me a like, comment, subscribe. This is the day after New Comic Book Day with your boy Razor Comics. These are books that are looking promising. Batman Hush Giant Size Special Edition. I have a buddy named Gotham and Glam, and I was following her on Instagram. She just came across this, and it looks bigger than her. This thing is huge. I need to get my. I'm no longer actively hunting on New Comic Book Day, but I am certainly hunting for this cover. This Jim Lee Hush Batman Giant Size Special Edition number 160 is amazing. You take a look at Batman on the cover, blood dripping off of his hands, mouth. It is a sick Jim Lee cover. It's got to be one of my favorite covers of the year when it comes to Jim Lee. He has been killing the game. But this Batman cover right here, and being that it is giant size special edition, I have to get my hands on this. I seen Gotham and Glam. She was holding it up in her Instagram post. Shout out. And it is huge. Shout out to Lisa Noble in the chat who's hanging out with me on a Wednesday. Or Thursday, excuse me, the day after Wednesday. Pinupopolis is a fun read. I'm sure I pronounced that wrong. I have to take a look at it. Yeah, now I'm very interested. Thank you for the recommendation, Lisa. Space Case says Hush has been underwhelming. Really? I have not read. I think I left off in the 140s, maybe the 150s. Is when I stopped reading the current Batman run. But that's unfortunate that the Hush has been underwhelming. The last series that I read from this Batman run was the most recent Joker series, where they introduced like their psychologist or some weird shit. But yeah, the storytelling has not been great in this new Batman series. I did like the Detective Comics series when Albuquerque and I think it was Ram V were working on that. That was really good for a while, and I stopped reading that. But Space Case says, do not even worry about picking up this recent series of Hush because it's been underwhelming. Thank you, Space Case. That's great feedback because I've heard mixed emotions about Hush, but I got to tell you, buddy, this Batman Hush cover here, this giant size special edition might be worth just grabbing. Number 160, Legacy 926. Because it is a sick cover. It's Jim Lee, and these oversized. I mean, I know you can't store them. It's kind of hard to actually put it somewhere, but I enjoy these, and I really love this cover. This is something to look forward to. Absolutely. Batman Giant Size Special Edition number 160, Jim Lee. Having following these oversized issues since their release, these extra large variants have been one of the few open order covers from Hush storyline that consistently sell at or above the cover price. With 3 more issues remaining, this trend is expected to continue. Therefore, when the series concludes, the complete set is expected to perform well in the aftermarket, provided a suitable storage method can be found, right? Which is what we're talking about. Some may argue that DC has also gone overboard by offering both foil and regular covers. Nonetheless, issue 160 is expected to remain at the cover price of $15. Really? Now, if this is $15, this is a steal, guys. If you can pick this up for $15, I mean, just the sheer size of it is worth it. And the second printing of issue 158 is also being released this week. So look for that. That's projected to be priced the same as well. So second printing of 158, that's coming out. If you're a flipper or looking to invest, you might want to grab onto that. Here's something that's cool, guys. I'm into stick covers. I'm into, animals, cartoonish covers. Here we have something called Bitter Root, number 3 by Image, Walker Brown Green. Artwork on the cover, it's a little trippy, to say the least. Not sure what's going on, to be honest with you, but it does look pretty cool. It's different. It kind of reminds me of some early Scotty Young, if you will. The next movement. So this is Bitter Root. The next movement, number 3, Brian Lee O'Malley, excuse me, number 1 in 25 Image. Bitter Root has a big fan base. Brian Lee O'Malley also has a large fan base. Put them together on a low print incentive ratio that makes this a must watch. There's the key there. Low print incentive ratio. While the last auction ended at $30, there are no other copies, guys, listed as of this writing. And don't expect many others to pop up. What will the next sale go for? That will be the actual test. For those with the copy, the market is yours. And this is Bitter Root, number 3. I've never heard of it. And these are those kind of, those spec books that end up being huge, kind of like the Beneath the Trees where nobody sees and it just kind of pops up on you. Let's see what the chat has to say. Space Case's interior art is not what you expect from Jim Lee, talking about the Batman artwork. How do you store it? It's the big question. Yes, I don't store them, to be honest with you, Space Case. I have a couple of those giant size. I have the one I'm looking at now is the Untold Legend of Batman that was gifted to me by Derek. Shout out to Derek Neiman in the comic community. And I have, what else was the other one I had? There's 2 more I have somewhere laying around here. But I have them just displayed because I do not have a storage for them. I think you can get a storage container for them, but I do not have one. If you guys know of a storage container or a short box size that you can purchase, leave it in the comment or in the chat. We appreciate that knowledge. But as far as your question, as far as the storage, that's a great point. I do not store them. I display them right next to my hip hop family trees. They're pretty much out on display because I can't store them. So there you go. There's that. Great question. Bitter Root, ladies and gentlemen. Be on the lookout for that. The next movement. All right. Next book up. Something that you should be looking forward to. And again, this is an article off cover price. This is all I'm going over. I discovered this article. I thought it was interesting, and I thought it would be a cool show concept to come up with after the day after New Comic Book Day. Now, this artwork reminds me of that very 80s style artwork that you see those pictures on the walls. We had these in our house for a while. I don't know the name of this artist. My ex used to love those these type of 80s style portraits. Kind of remind me of being like in a Great Clips or Supercuts. But this is a cool cover. Sick cover, bro. Very black and white. You got the pink strip coming down the middle here, and kind of a Day of the Dead look on the back. So this is cool. This is a sick cover. This is Deadly Class, Giant Generator. Deadly Class, and this is number 1 and 2, giant-sized artist proof edition. So this is pretty cool, guys. Deadly Class, number 1 and 2, something I've never seen before. It has a cover price of $24.99. Trip out on this. Artwork is pretty cool. I enjoy it. I dig it. It's almost kind of that Los Bro Hernandez style. I dig this artwork. Very sick. Very chic, if you will. $24.99. This is issue 1 and 2 of Deadly Class. Deadly Class, giant sized. Here we go. Artist proof edition, number 1, Wes Craig. Pink. This is 1 and 4, guys. 1 and 4. We tailor this article to relate to what you may find in your local comic shop on the day after Wednesday. So that's what this show is all about. And more specifically, books that may have overlooked the day before. That said, we've got another oversized book gracing the shelves this week, and we're not entirely sure if any of your LCSs may have picked this one up, or even the open order for that matter, considering its underground nature. If you come across this, however, consider yourself lucky, as this artist-proof edition of Deadly Class by Rick Remender and Wes Craig showcases the raw, gritty talent at its finest, all in larger-than-life detail. Granted, this open order cover retails for a rather expensive, ready guys, $24.99. Being a compilation of issues 1 and 2. So a 1 and 4 ratio should technically run around $100. However, with only one copy sold at $50, we're still keeping an eye on this to see if it catches any more sales. If you find one, have a concert size poster top loader ready for this bad boy. This is another one of those giant size issues, but it is pretty expensive for $24.99. It might be worth grabbing onto, putting it on the market and seeing if you can flip it for twice that value. $50 last sold. Deadly Class, Remender and Craig, giant size artist proof edition. I've never seen anything like this before ever. Comment down below if you guys have. I'm talking about the 1 and 2 for $24.99 price tag, giant size artist proof edition. This is a sick cover, something that I have never seen. It's new to me. See what the chat has to say. I have space cases. I have books sitting in a stack. Ronin Others distillery that don't fit standard storage. Yes, I have that same distillery, that Devil's whatever. Yes, I have that as well, and I love that book. I enjoy collecting these oversized books for some reason. Maybe because I'm old and I can read them a little bit better. Lisa said they was big a few years ago. Lisa Noble says that you can use magazine size bins, magazine bins to store these oversized books. Shout out to Lisa Noble. Yeah, I have a box that I picked up at Amazon that perfectly fits magazines that I use for my Love and Rockets and my Hard Boiled and my Howard the Ducks. So I have that box and it perfectly fits. It's kind of hard to find a box that fits those dimensions for magazine size. But Lisa says to look out for the magazine size bins and you can fit your oversized comic books in those. So thank you, Lisa. Shout out Lisa Noble. Appreciate that. This is the day after Wednesday, the day after New Comic Book Day. You're here with your boy Razor Comics. It is 10:11 on the West Coast. It's after 1 on the East. I appreciate you hanging out. This is a test pilot. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys would want to do a show like this, we're going to do it every Thursday, the day after New Comic Book Day. Now, I am new to the hobby. You are the gurus. Everybody that's watching the show right now, everybody that's listening, everybody that's watching the replay, I guarantee you know more about me. I don't know shit about comic books. That is not a shtick. That is the truth. I am on my comic book journey. I am not embarrassed to say that or to share that with you. So I live vicariously through you on New Comic Book Day. I like to see what you pick up. And then I myself like to go and on the aftermarket on Whatnot and eBay and other little shops around here. Shout out to the Epic Toy Show, June 20th through the 22nd. That's going to be happening actually June 22nd here in Arizona, Epic Toy Show. I like to go to these little places, pick up what I can, and see what I can do in the aftermarket as well. So this is something that I was looking forward to put together. So this is fun. I'm glad that Cover Price decided to do an article related to the day after. I didn't know that this was an article. I don't know if they've done this every week or what, but this is something to look forward to. If they do this article every week, I will be more than happy to put the show on for you guys. If you enjoy it, please let me know. Like, comment, subscribe. But I like this Deadly Class 1 and 2. This is sick. This is something that I'm definitely going to look forward to. I want to pick this up. I think it's worth spending the $25 on. It's a number 1 and it's a number 2. Worst case scenario, you could flip it, maybe get twice your money. All right, let's keep it going. Giant size X-Men number 1. This is pretty big. I don't know how I feel about this cover. I'll be honest with you. When I first saw it, I wasn't too thrilled. Let me scroll down and give you guys a quick look-see. Who is that X-Men that never was? Here it is. I know it's one of those mystery covers. I wasn't too big on this cover. I'll be honest. I don't know if it's the background. You know, the colors that they use, it kind of bleeds in. I'm really not big on the background that they're using. I know it's supposed to be a reveal, a mystery, if you will. But let me know what you guys think of this cover down below. I'm not a real big fan of it. I'll be honest with you. This is the giant size X-Men number 1, Luciano Fascicho. Spoiler, the reveal of Justina LaGuardia and giant size X-Men number 1 as the X-Man that never was has sparked intrigue with fans relieved Kamala Khan wasn't recycled. This Italian detective wielding the power to surpass brings a fresh take on mutant identity and justice, tapping into the X-Men's tradition of reinvention. Yet will she ignite lasting excitement in a crowded roster or fade as a fleeting addition? Her backup story debut showcases unique abilities and principal ethos, hinting at potential to reshape continuity. With deeper investment through mainline stories or event tie-ins, Justina could challenge the X-Men status quo and enrich their global narrative. Her staying power, however, depends on navigating a packed cast, ensuring authentic representation, which is always key, right? Authentic representation and mastering the franchise's intricate progression as part of the X-Men's 50th anniversary. Will this superior debut launch a bold new era? Time will tell. Sales for the issue remain steady with no unusual developments, still with ties to iconic Giant X-Men #1. Copies of this key first appearance and first cameo could gain future value, especially graded ones post encapsulation. Encapsulation. I can't talk tonight. Sorry about that. Justina LaGuardia. There you guys go. Giant size X-Men #1. This is a sick cover here, guys. Look at this bad boy right here. Holy. This Venom is a dope cover, bro. Sick cover, bro. Don't know who this jack-o'-lantern character is on the cover here with Venom, but this is badass, bro. Is this the Green Goblin, guys? I don't know who the fuck this is, but this is badass, man. Looks like kind of like a Green Goblin, a jack-o'-lantern character. Crane. This is Venom Original Sin #1. This is the Clayton Crane. Again, virgin cover. It's a 1 in 25. So another racial to look forward to. This is Clayton Crane's artwork on Venom. Covers tend to draw in collectors, particularly for debut issues and incentives, not to mention at this key issue with Eddie Brock's new mantle as the Illuminated. Expected to sell for around 25 to 35 as the premiere issue of a new run. Something to look forward to, guys. This is a sick cover. It's a virgin. It's a 1 in 25. It's a Clayton Crane. I mean, it's dope. It's dope as hell. I don't know what else to say. It's just sick. It's fire when it comes to Venom. I think he nailed it. There was a jack-o'-lantern villain in the 80s. I think third Hobgoblin was Jack-o'-lantern. This was Space Case Collectibles. Yeah, this is a sick color. I'll be honest with you, I don't know who this character is here on the cover with Venom, but it's dope, and it's something to look forward to. Crane is hot. Those covers sell, especially for Venom. Uncanny X-Men #135. Here we go. Now, this is a nice cover. I enjoy it. There's a lot of red in here. First impressions is a lot of red. But this is a beautiful cover. It says Uncanny X-Men 135. Check this out. This is the Nicoletta Baldari 2025 Facsimile Edition, 1 in 25. You should know the drill by now, guys. Facsimile incentive ratio sell. You hear that? You should know the drill. Facsimile incentive ratio sell. That's breaking news, it sounds like to me. So, take it or leave it. You've got Nicoletta Baldari on this 1 in 25, which is currently going for $25 to $30. And this is beautiful. First impressions, it's a lot of red. It's a lot of red. But it's hot. And it's a facsimile incentive. For some reason, those are big. Moving on. You'll Do Bad Things #3. Oh, look at this. This is a nice cover. Really enjoy this artwork on this one here. I like how they're doing a lot with a little. Is how I would explain this cover, how I would break this down, right? Doing a lot with a little, only a couple of colors, right? But this is gorgeous. You'll Do Bad Things. Look at this. Look at the beautiful lady in the back. Gorgeous, sick. Love how they look at the bed too, right? The detail. That is amazing. Look at that cover. That's beautiful. This is a Joshua Hickson. This is a 1 in 10. Here we go. An image. If you haven't drove into the twisted, crimson-soaked world of You'll Do Bad Things, what are you waiting for? Issue number 3 hits the shelves this week, penned by Tyler Boss, which channels the feverish pulse of Italian Giallo. Giallo? Think Dario, Argentine's neo-drenched nightmares. Issue number 3 deepens the mystery of the nursery rhyme killer, blending the meta horror with visceral chills. The comic's sold-out debut proves its cult appeal, and Hickson's 1 in 10 could do well between Racial and $15. Wow, this is really interesting. I've never heard of this. I love a good horror. You'll Do Bad Things. I'm going to have to take a look to see if I can pick this up somewhere in the aftermarket and give it a read. Let me know what you guys think about it. If anybody has read You'll Do Bad Things, something to look forward to. This is number 3 that we're looking at here. And yeah, it looks pretty sick. Giallo is pronounced like yellow. Oh. Okay, let me try that again. Yellow? Jello? So Jello? Is it Giallo or Jello? G-Yellow is what I'm guessing. Space Case, Razor, you have been looking for garage sales or going to flea markets? Good question. I have been doing most of my pickups at these smaller shows, Space Case. Like out here, I normally go to the Epic Toy Show. That's about every other month. It happens out here at 44th Street in Washington at the Shabazz Shrine Auditorium. So that's where I usually go. I used to go to Samurai Comics. That was my LCS. I no longer go to them. I had a kind of a falling out, if you will, with that LCS. So usually I do a lot of whatnot sales, to be honest. And if I go out and I go hunting, it's for the smaller shops that are around here. There is a Greg's in Mesa. There is a Bookman's that I go to in Mesa. So there's only smaller shops that I go to out here. There's only like 2 or 3 of them. But for the most part, I will go out to the Epic Toy Show. And then Scottsdale has a comic book convention that they do every other month as well. It's called the Old Man Comic Book Convention in Scottsdale. And that's just basically for comic book buyers and sellers. It's all comic books. And I like to go to those conventions that are more driven for just comic book sellers and buyers. So shout out to, I think it's called the Old Man or Old Guy Comic Book Show. It's in Scottsdale, happens every other month. That's another cool place to go to hang out and meet people in the comic book community, especially here in Phoenix, Arizona. When I get out, to be honest with you, I don't see a whole lot of other content creators, if you will. When I'm out and about at these shows, I meet a lot of local sellers. So I meet a lot of local eBay live sellers, a lot of local whatnot sellers, and a lot of just local vendors that sell at these shows, like at the Epic Toy Show and at the Old Man, Old Guy Scottsdale Convention. So I like to go to those shows because I like to support those sellers that nobody really talks about. You normally don't hear them or see them because they only show up to these type of shows. Space Case is that he's in California where we have good flea markets. Man, I would love to hang out at a good flea market in California. We do have some good flea markets out here in Arizona. You have to kind of drive around. Of course, I don't drive. I Waymo. So within my Waymo distance, there is Park and Swap, which is on 40th Street in Washington. It's an outdoor flea market. It's called Park and Swap. Really not a good place to go comic book hunting. There's one in Mesa that's built around antiques, collectible. I think it's like the biggest antique store in Arizona. That's a cool place to go shopping for comic books because they have a huge section that's just dedicated to comic books. It's modern, Silver Age. They have slabs. They have books, wall books. That's the Mesa collectible store, and it is huge. It's like I think it's the biggest collectible antique store in Mesa, and you literally have to take a couple hours to walk around that store. It is huge. So I would check them out. That's another place that I like to go to. My daughter loves hanging out at that store because it's so big. You can walk around and it'll literally take you hours to walk through that whole store. And they have little sections where other sellers will have their antiques and their collectibles. And in those little areas, some of them will have like a short box that you don't even see. That'll be kind of just sitting on the floor underneath like a chair or a table. Those are the best ones because you can pull them out and just sit down in their little area and dig through their books. So shout out to Mesa Antique Collectible Store. Check them out. That's huge. It's advertised as the biggest collectible store in Arizona. So that's a real fun place to go to as well. Also, the Collector Marketplace off of 20th Street in Indian School. 20th Street and yeah, I think it's Indian School. Collector Marketplace is my number one place to go to. Me and my daughter love hanging out at the Collector Marketplace, Collectible Marketplace at 20th Street and Indian School. The guy there that runs that comic book section in the corner, he has an amazing collection of horror and cartoon comic books. Amazing collection. And he has even more in the back if you ask him. Pre-code horror. Pre-code horror, guys. Amazing. Collectible Marketplace. It's on 20th Street in the Indie School. If you like horror and you like cartoon books, if you go there and ask him where it's at, he has short boxes of it. And you'll be picking through there for hours. So shout out to the Collectible Marketplace on 20th Street in Indian School. That's my store. Space Case says dollar books, picked up 2 short boxes for $10 a piece. Holy shit, $1 books. You picked up 2 short boxes for $10, bro? Had some Ice Cream Man and like 20 what's that? 20 Scorch. I think you Scorched ones, right? Picked out good stuff and sold each for $50 on Facebook. That's amazing. Hell yeah, bro. I usually, if I sell short boxes, which is what I usually do, I usually sell them anywhere between like 60 to 100, depending on if they're like variants, sick covers, ratios, because that's what sells, right? Especially now. So when I put together a short box, I usually put together a pretty good short box with nothing but sick covers. And I got a couple of sellers that I go through here before I even put it on Facebook Marketplace. I usually just have to go to those guys. They'll come by and they'll pick it up, and they'll flip them on eBay live. Usually, I've actually seen my recent collection that I sold. I seen it on the eBay live. I forget the name of the seller. I got to pull it up for you guys so you guys can give a follow. I keep forgetting. Dash, if you're watching, man, let me know the name. Shoot me a name of your eBay store on Insta. Give me a Facebook message. But yeah, I seen my collection on eBay and I was like, holy shit, those are my books. It was pretty cool. Space Case said it's hard to find silver or even bronze horror in any high condition, well read. Yeah, exactly. At a good price, especially if you're trying to get it around, $5, $6 a cover, which is what I like to spend. It's hard, man. Especially if you're on Whatnot, those guys like to buy that stuff up, especially the resellers. The resellers, they'll buy it up and they'll resell it. You'll see the same books on a different stream. I see it all the time on Whatnot. I'll be in a stream and I'll see that a seller on a Whatnot show, and they'll just be buying them up. They'll be outbidding me every time. They'll be paying $10 a book. And I can't compete with that. Goddamn resellers. You got to be there before sun comes up for the fleas. Yeah. Man, Park and Swap used to be a good place. There used to be a couple of comic book vendors there at Park and Swap, but I don't know what happened. It got, over the years, it went down. Now it's just a bunch of trinkets and stuff that you would see like at a fair or whatever. But that is the day after Wednesday, guys. This is cover price. This is the article off of cover price. This is the day after Wednesday, May 29th, 2025. That is the cover price article. Next up is a Variety article that I came across. I want to share with you guys. This came out today in Variety. Actually came out yesterday in Variety, excuse me, May 28th. This is an article in Variety. It talks about comic book movies scale back releases. Marvel and DC look to this summer to decide the future of superhero cinema. You hear that, guys? Comic book movies scale back releases. Marvel and DC look to this summer to decide the future of superhero cinema. I've been hearing this as this summer is going to be a test for the lifeline of cinema going in the future. In the near future, we're going to find out here this summer if Marvel and DC are going to continue to pump mega bucks into these movies. Are these studios going to continue to pump huge amounts of cash into these movies only to see the returns diminish? So that's the talk, is this summer is going to be the test. And if Superman Fantastic Four and others don't do well, it's not only going to affect the movies that you watch, it's going to affect the comic books that you read. It's easy, really easy at this point to proclaim that the era of superhero movie is over. At the start of this month, Marvel's Thunderbolts opened to some at the strongest reviews at the Marvel Cinematic Universe has received in years. And yet, by the end of May, it will have earned less domestically. Check this out, guys. 174 million to date. This was yesterday, as of yesterday. Then 2022's Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Are you guys hearing this? Thunderbolts, the movie that's been raving and ranting about the last couple weeks, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Most huge rave reviews in years. It's going to earn less. It will have earned less domestically by the end of May, which is coming up here, than 2022's Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. That is nuts. 174 million to 187 million as of last week. Marvel Studios announced that it was pushing Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars from May to December 2026 and 2027, respectively, while pulling 3 other untitled Marvel projects set to open within the same time frame from the schedule entirely. The former decision will allow directors Joe and Anthony Russo more time to marshal 2 of the biggest, most expensive feature films ever made. The latter decision is pure commerce, an easing of supply in response to the clear reduction in demand. Huge summer coming up, guys. So if you love your comic books, one way to support comic books and the movies is to get out and watch these movies. Because what I'm hearing and what I'm reading is that these movies need to do huge, bro. That the studios are not feeling their returns on the movies for whatever reason. And we're not talking about Disney going woke. We're talking about big superhero movies. Just this last movie that just came out, Thunderbolts. Huge success, supposedly a huge success, but only making 174 domestically. Less than Doctor Strange's Multiverse of Madness is a little surprising to me. I honestly thought that it made more than that at this point. I thought we're talking about a $300 million movie domestically at this point. I was off. I did not know that it only made 174 up to this point, less than the Doctor Strange Multiverse. That's nuts. Okay, guys? That's not tracking good for future movies that are going to be coming out this summer. If Thunderbolts, which is a great movie, by the way, the reviews on it has been amazing. If Thunderbolts is having a hard time bringing in what they're expecting at the studios, then you can only imagine what's going to happen this summer when Superman, Fantastic Four, and other of those big movies come out. It's going to affect the timeline of the movies for the projects that are coming out for DC, for Marvel, the Secret War project, the new DCU with James Gunn. So it's going to affect it. It's going to push a lot of movies back. Razor, have you read any of the Secret Wars? I have not read any of the Secret Wars. So I'm excited to get into the movies. Space Case said they do need to do individual origin stories. Talk about a monopoly. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting summer, man, to see what happens. I'm excited for the summer. I think it's going to be a lot of great movies that are going to be coming out. I'm one of those ones that kind of a wait and see. I'll be honest with you. I kind of like to see what others say about the movies before I rush out. I'm not one of the ones that go to the movies right off the bat, like week 1 or within the day 1. I wait and, I see what the reviews are, and then I go. I'm not one to rush to the movies just because it's Superman or it's Batman. I do kind of like to listen to the reviews. And if I hear that it's not a great movie, sometimes I'll wait until it comes out on Max or Disney Plus and watch it that way. I did that with this last Venom movie. I didn't go to the movie theaters to watch that. I waited for it to come out, and I rented it on Prime. So it's depending on the reviews. I won't just rush out there and just jump to go watch a movie just because I like the characters. I will wait to listen, and if it's worth spending money on it to go to the movie theaters, then I will. If not, then I'll just wait till it comes out on streaming services. That's how I play it. But here's what's going to happen is this summer is huge. We need to get out there, because if we don't get out there to watch these movies, then yeah, guys, it's gonna affect the movie industry going forward for superheroes, because it's at the point now where these studios have been pumping money into it, and the last couple of years just has not been looking good. And we can say that the content that's been coming out hasn't been great either, but I think that the reviews for these movies that are supposed to come out, Superman, Fantastic Four, these movies, Supergirl, these movies are supposed to be good. These are supposed to be really good movies. So they're supposed to have huge box office success. And if they don't, it might not be the movie theaters or the studios. It might be us, guys. It might be time for us to take a look in the mirror. Maybe we're just just disenfranchised now with the whole movie process. Maybe it's just something that we have to take a look at, because if these are really good movies, like Superman is actually a good movie, right? And nobody is going out to watch it, then what's going on? And Fantastic Four ends up being a really good movie. Thunderbolts is a really good movie. How come nobody is still going out there to watch it? Is that a superhero thing? Is that a movie studio thing? That's the disconnect. So even though the movies are great or the reviews are good, it's not showing up in the box office. So there it is. There's the disconnect. It's not so much that it's woke or it's all the movies are horrible. Supposedly the movies are going to be good, but we are still not getting out there to watch them. So there's that. Let me know what you guys think. Space Case says Superman looks fun for the first time in a long time, man. I can't wait for Superman to come out. I'm stoked. You guys know I love Superman. I'm a DC Silver Age guy. I love to collect Silver Age DC. Who doesn't like Superman? Who hasn't dressed up, ran around their backyard with a towel on? We love Superman. We want a good Superman movie. I think everybody wants a good Superman movie. The thing is, I think we're going to get a good Superman movie. The question is, are you going to go watch it? Are we going to go out there and actually fill in the movie theaters to watch it? Or are you going to wait and see? That's the big question. I think that Superman is going to be a huge success. I honestly think it's going to be that $1 billion movie. It's going to be huge. I'm looking forward to it. But then again, I could be wrong. It could be one of those movies that's rated really good, that's reviewed really well, but doesn't do good in the box office for whatever reason. Now, I don't expect that to happen with Superman, because Superman is huge. Everybody knows Superman. Superman's worldwide. The problem is just the disconnect with the people who go to the movie theater. Not a lot of people like to go to the movies anymore. It doesn't matter if Superman's coming out. It doesn't matter if it's a new Batman movie. People just do not like to go to the movie theaters. Ever since COVID hit, the movie theaters have been a hard time bouncing back, getting people back in the seats. They do a lot of cool gimmicks with the popcorn buckets, with promoting the movies that way, inviting the collectible portion into the movies. So that's a way to draw people to the movie theater. That's one way of doing it. But it comes down to it's just us, the viewers, where we got a lot of options now. Got a lot of streaming services. We don't necessarily have to go to the movies all the time. It's not like back in the 90s or the early 2000s when the movies were a weekend event. I can remember always going to the movies, always looking in the newspaper or calling movie phone, right, to see what movie or hear what new movie was out. It was always a question of what movie are we going to go watch this weekend, right? That was the debate every week. What are we going to go see this weekend? That doesn't happen anymore. Back in the 90s and 2000s, you can say, well, this was pre-internet or this was the beginning of the internet, so there wasn't a whole lot going on. I don't know. I think that there was a lot of movies at that time, and there was a lot of options to choose from. Now we have to wait for our superhero movies to come out every 4 or 5 years or whatever it is. And it's not like there's a whole lot of variety every weekend. If you look at the list of movies and you go online and you take a look at what's showing, and there's nothing that really pops out to you. Where back in the day, there was a whole listing of movies. There was a section dedicated in the newspaper, Life and Leisure. You would open that spread up, boy. There was multiple pages of movie theaters and a long list of movies, and man, different movie times, It was a great time to watch movies. Nowadays, that experience is different. People don't like to talk to each other. It's more, it's it's a different experience. It's not quite the same. It takes a special movie for people to connect in that movie theater to have that kind of connection where you gasp together and you clap and cry together. It takes a real special movie to do that, to have that experience, and then to get the people in the seats for them to go out to tell others, "Oh man, you got to go see that movie. It's awesome. I cried at the end." The experience is just not the same. Even though you can drink at the movie theaters now, you can lounge. That it's more comfortable than it has been in years. So the experience, it's different. They're trying to make it better by providing alcohol, by making these seats bigger, or you can recline in. But every time I go to the movie theater, there's really nobody there. I usually go to the movie theater out here at AMC and Arizona Center or the Arizona Mills Harkins, and you can get into any movie theater you want, and it's usually just maybe a handful of people. What I think is going to happen is you're going to get a lot of people that's going to go watch Superman right off the bat, like within the first week or two, just like with Thunderbolts. And then I think once the hype dies down after the first couple of weeks, that's when we're going to see the traction, see how good the movie is really doing after the word of mouth gets out and after those first couple of weeks settle in. Week 3, week 4, are people still going to be running out to the movie theater to watch Superman? I'm going to find out. We don't need an origin story. Yes, no, I agree. Let's just get right to the action when it comes to Superman. Every new Superman has to do the origin. Yeah, I agree. We do not need the origin story of Superman. That's why I like this new movie. He's kind of the director's kind of using the All-Star Superman as a reference, which I love that story. Artwork is kind of funky. I wasn't really feeling the artwork, but the story is really good for All-Star Superman. I did read that, and I like how Superman gets sick. How Lex Luthor basically tricks him, gets that sun radiation and solar radiation, and slowly dying, and he has to basically he has to he has these feats that he has to accomplish before he dies, so that way he can cement his legacy. That way we remember him like we would remember like Zeus or Hercules, right? Like mythology. So it's a really good story, and I like that he's using that kind of as a reference point for this new movie. So I think that's one thing that we have going for us is the reference material that's being used for the new Superman movie. It's a good reference point. We got one of my favorite guys here stopping by, Scotty Mack, tonight. Thank you, my guy. We're stopping by, just hanging out. This is a test. Wasn't planned. That's why not a whole lot of people here tonight, but I'm glad that you stopped by. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate everybody. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. It is the day after New Comic Book Day, the day after Thursday. Scotty Mack is in the house. Pentexenstein. I got to give it a shot, my guy. Space Case, is there one without it besides Reeves? Is there one without it besides Reeves? Oh, origin story? Is that what you're saying? How many people have plays? How many people have plays his died that? What? How many people have plays his died that? I don't know. Maybe I'm reading that wrong. Spider-Man once. How many people have plays he's died that? Dies? I can't. Maybe I'm reading that wrong. Space Case. Maybe correct that for me. I'm having a hard time reading that. I gotta pour me a little water here, guys. But we are hanging out tonight. It's the day after New Comic Book Day. A couple of channel updates. This weekend, we're going to be doing the members only hangout. That's going to be happening this Saturday, so there is no late night show. And on Sunday, I'm going to be on Matt's show, Heroes for Hire, hanging out, doing our thing. Wake and Bake. Speaking of Wake and Bake, I'm going to hit a bowl. Hang out with you guys. Thank you for stopping by, hanging out with me tonight, guys. What is going on, guys? What's new in the world of the comic book community? Is there anything that I missed the last couple of weeks? Anything going? I heard that there was some drama, and I overlooked it in my show. I think George mentioned to me, and that somebody got the cops called on him or some shit. And I found out a little bit more information about that. So let me hit this, and I'll talk to you guys about that. I thought this is wild. And this is kind of the style that we're going to do for the members only live stream. Is that I dropped the link in the members only live stream, and if you guys want to hang out on the panel, you can hang out on the panel because it's just us and the members. So that's going to be a kickback community hangout. But yeah, I got a little drama for you guys because I'll be honest with you guys, I'm kind of like out of the loop when it comes to the drama now. I mean, unless it's about me, I honestly don't know what's happening in the world of drama. I don't follow a lot of the people anymore, especially during the day because I just got a lot of shit going on. But evidently, TM Nerdy got the cops called on him. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. I heard that TM Nerdy got the cops called on him. Right? I should pack another bowl. And then the cops showed up. I don't know where TM Nerdy lives. I don't know if he's in Canada or some shit. So I don't know if they're called cops in Canada. Mounties? Are they called Mounties? What are the cops called in Canada? Canada cops, I guess, showed up. Ah! They're like, yeah, can you step out, son? Have a conversation with you. And then it's TM Nerdy that's answering the door, evidently. And I guess it has to do with the whole fucking situation with Niobe. I don't know. But I heard that the cops got called on him for taking down the Niobe video. And then he was on his show. Okay, this is what I heard. I don't know if TM was on his show or somebody else's show. But he's like, the cops are here, man. Somebody called the cops on me about the the Niobe situation, whatever, right? And then evidently Niobe came back to either his live stream or somebody else's live stream and said, "Oh no, man, I was joking, bro. I was just kidding. That was all just a joke, man. That didn't happen." Okay. And then on the same live stream, check this shit out. I can't make this up, guys. I might be getting some of the information wrong, some of the details I might be getting kind of wrong, but whatever, fuck them, I don't care. They talk shit about me anyways. Evidently, I can't make this up, dude. I swear to God, this is crazy. Fucking, he comes back to a live stream and he tells on Darth Lopez. He's like, yeah, I wasn't the one, but it was. I wasn't the one that was going to tell him it was Darth Lopez. I was like, dude, you just told him that it was Darth Lopez. He just fucking told him. He's like, yeah, you got to. It was somebody's live stream, but it wasn't mine. That's what he told the cops, right? Supposedly, this is all whatever. And then he comes back on a live stream. He's like, yeah, but I didn't tell him that it was Darth Lopez's stream. I was like, dude, what the fuck? The fuck? You just told on him right now, bro. What the fuck are you talking about? So that shit was funny. Let me grab some water, guys, and I'll break that down for you again. Yeah. So evidently the cops, do you guys know about this? Yeah, I'm sure you guys probably don't want to fucking tell me about this shit, but I'm like out of the loop. I don't know what the fuck's going on with that drama, unless it's about me. But yeah, TM Nerdy evidently had the cops called on him during the live stream. It was like, the cops are here, man. They think that whatever about the Darth Lopez, Niobe situation. And then he comes back saying, "Oh no, I'm joking. That was a joke, a skit." And then he says that I didn't tell him that it was Darth Lopez on the same live stream. I was like, that fuck? Let me get a fucking bottle of water, guys. I can't make this up. So there's that. Yeah. Okay. So space case. Yeah, me neither, bro. It was kind of tripped out. So evidently, that's this kid, that TM nerdy guy. Somebody called the cops on him. Evidently, about Niobe on the Darth Lopez Niobe Street, where I guess Niobe was slandered or some shit. I don't know, bro. But I guess I guess he called the cops, or somebody called the cops on TM, and supposedly the cops showed up to the guys to TM's house to basically tell him not to be doing that, or like give him a warning or some shit about slandering, people or whatever, about Niobe, about slandering him on somebody else's show or making up stuff about him on somebody else's show. I guess the cops showed up to TM's house while he was on a live stream, and he's telling people that the cops are here because of that live stream. And then he came back, kind of like he disconnected from the live stream, it's like, I guess, talk to the cops. And then he comes back and says, "Hey, I was just joking. That was a sketch. That didn't happen. I was making that up." The cops were asking me about slandering Niobe, and I didn't tell them. I didn't tell them whose live stream it was. I didn't tell them that it was Darth Lopez's live stream. I was like, wait a minute. You just told on him right now. That's what you just did. So yeah, it was kind of wild. That's what I mean, again, this is what I heard. I'm not hip to the drama anymore. I'm not plugged in like I used to be, like I was when I was constantly watching and listening. But I thought that was hilarious. I don't know if that's real or not. Like, people are calling the cops on each other now. That's nuts. What the fuck? I mean, I know CJ hired like private investigators and shit to look into shit. And I've always tripled down, quadrupled down on my end, because I don't have anything to hide, like, ever. You know what I mean? When it comes to any of that shit, like, I will like, the thing is with me, guys, is I don't have to space cases. I don't think that could happen. Cops can't be called for slander. Yeah, I don't think that could happen either. But evidently it did. I don't know what to believe anymore, bro. This comic community is nuts. Not the whole community. Don't get me wrong. We're not all nuts. There's just there's just certain people, a certain group, certain circle, and it seems like they all hang out with each other. It seems like the nutty ones like all kind of like gravitate like to each, like it's like a magnetic pull of nuttiness. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is, bro. But I noticed, and I'm not the only one. Like, I've had conversations with other people. They're like, it's weird that you, Razor, don't get along with a lot of same people that other people don't get along in the community, because they see the same things that I see. The difference between me and the rest of the community is that I call that shit out. Believe me, guys, I get talked to all the time by, other content creators, and they're like, yeah, that's just pretty crazy. I'm like, I know, motherfuckers is nuts. They're like, yeah, but I can't say that. I'm like, I know, but I can say it. Matter of fact, I have multiple times, and people get upset at me about it. Get mad at me, cancel me. They want to get rid of me. But you know what's going to be fun, though, is having DJ Links on the show. That's going to be fun. As I search for my fucking lighter, I know having a blue lighter is never a good idea in a dark room. But having DJ Links on the show, guys, is going to be fun. We're going to have a great time. We're going to have some questions. We're going to clear up the air. It's going to be amazing. Links is actually going to be DJing. And what's cool about that And what's been glossed over, and I haven't done a video about it. We'll talk about it on the show. Is the fact that DJ Link's the biggest sponsor, biggest supporter for the Comic Community Awards for years. It's not sponsoring it anymore. It's pulled out. It's not going to edit the videos. That's a huge win, guys. Now, no matter what you think about me or how you feel about me, for Links to finally come out in the public, right, and tell you guys, the comic community, who's love Brian Alcius so dearly, right? They protect that guy so much, man. He's one of the most protected. He's the godfather of the comic community. So many of the content creators who I've seen basically just kiss his ass because of a silly award show. Lynx has finally said that he's not sponsoring it. And it's for the same exact reason that I've been telling you guys why I'm not sponsoring it. Well, I don't promote it. Why I want nothing to do with it. Well, it's a bunch of bullshit. The same reason. Nothing different. Because of the Taco Bell incident. The exact same reason. No one's talking about it. No one's saying nothing when it's DJ Lynx telling you that he's not supporting the award show, right? No one's taking shots at DJ Lynx for not supporting the award show. No one said shit. Did you guys notice that? Not in there, nothing, because it was overlooked. But that is huge, guys. The award show that's put on to support the content creators, the guy that is the biggest sponsors and one of the biggest names, a Latino in the comic community, a Latino, very smart individual, very articulate. When you listen to this individual talk, DJ Lynx, you know this guy's creative, this guy's talented, this guy is special. Let's be honest with you guys. He is special. There's certain content creators that could move and do certain things, right? You guys know. You guys know the personalities in the content creator world. Put that space, fill the name right there, right? You guys can see who's talented, who has the it factor, who has the it, right? We can all agree DJ Lynx is one of those individuals. He has the it factor. He has a voice in the comic book community. He's a Latino in the comic book community. And he is not on board with the comic book community awards. And we are going to discuss it, and we will talk about it, along with have some music playing in the background on Saturday night. It's going to be a fun time, guys. It's going to be a discussion that you're going to want to be around for. And it's only going to happen once a night. This is a one-time event. I'm telling you, it might not be replayed because of the music and the DJing and the fun that we're going to have. It might, after that show's over, it's over. You know what I mean? And I told Lynx, let's just do it, man. Let's just have a good time and have fun. Put on a good show, make it entertaining. I don't care about the ad money or the copyright that night. Let's do it for the community and have fun, man. Let's show that we can actually come together and agree and show the community what a good time that we can have putting on a show with DJ Lynx as the DJ, with your boy here hosting, and with George providing his side as well, my co-host, if you will. So we're gonna have fun, guys. Space Case, I didn't get your info, so thank you for asking me. I was gonna ask you before you totally just reminded me right now before I left. I'm glad that you reminded me. I have not got your info, so it's Razor Comics 602. Unless you just literally sent it to me moments ago, I haven't got it. So let me take a look here, bro. Razor Comics 602 on Instagram. I'm gonna refresh. I don't see anything here, brother. If you can go ahead and shoot me another text message, because I'm looking at my my messages now. Let's go to. Oh, here it is. I got you. Perfect. I was waiting on you to give me the info. I am going tomorrow, bro. So shout out to Space Case and to Swag. I'll be going tomorrow. I got it now. I'm looking at it now. Yep. Thank you. Shout out. Appreciate you, brother. Yeah, I delayed. I actually talked to Swag. I texted him. because I was waiting to get the address information from you and Darth Lopez, because Darth Lopez was, evidently talking shit. Like, give me my giveaway. So, Darth Lopez, if you're watching, which I'm sure you are, you have to reach out to me. Give me your address info. I'm not going to wait any more longer. I'm going to the post office tomorrow so I can mail out Space Case and Swagda's giveaway. So if Darth Lopez doesn't get back to me with his address info, and I'm not going through third parties and all that bullshit, man. Just reach out to me with your address info. Not going to dox you. I don't think people really give a shit where you live in the first place. So, really, let's just give me your address info and I'll send it out to you. But I'm not going to wait forever. I'm going to the post office tomorrow. Space Case and Swagda, you will get your giveaways by next week. No doubt. I'll get you the track info on Insta. I'll shoot that to you, bro. That way you can track it. But I'm not going to wait forever. If Darth doesn't give me his information by the next giveaway, guys, I'm going to put that back into the giveaway. I'm not going to set it aside. There's no waiting. I'll give Darth Lopez until the next giveaway, and he can, rant and rave about me. Where's my giveaway? Your giveaway is in the mail once you send me your address and information. I'm not going to a third party. And if not, then we'll have some extra books to give away next month. You'll send them to him? I'm sure you will, bro. Let me reduce the light here while we're here and play with the screen. That seems a little bright. Oh, that's better. Oh, way better. There we go. It'd be sick if you had your whole backdrop matrix. Yeah, man. Yeah, the green screen, you can't move around too much with it. I had that at one point in the kitchen. I had the green screen and I couldn't really move around when I was doing my rants. I had to just kind of stay like this in front of the camera. So if you look at all the early rants, Space Case, you'll see me like just doing this when I'm ranting because I can't move because of the green screen would be, you see all the dishes and shit in the back. So that's why I moved into the living room so that way I can have it just on the back on the TV rather than having the green screen. So the early rants of Razor rants, I was sitting here like this and shit, can't move my head because of the freaking green screen. What's that to your right on the wall? I got the Love and Rockets, and I have Chupacabras. Chupacabras. That is a Kickstarter that the homie Lisa Noble shouted me out to. So that's Chupacabras #1, actually. Yeah, so that's Chupacabras #1. And I got all my He-Mans. I got my G.I. Joes. I got a Monsters that Lisa hooked me up. This is A-OK. Monsters foil, Monsters #1. And I think it's like a 1 in 200 or some shit. I don't know, but it's like really rare. And then she gave me the Monsters card as well. So that's dope. So shout out to Lisa. That Monsters hasn't moved. That's like one of my favorite books. I can show it to you, man. I'll pull it out while we're sitting here. So let me show you guys Monsters. This is the Monsters one Space Case. This is what I got from Lisa. She hooked me up on an A-OK. Oh, that's a Chupacabra. So check that out, man. Some sick Mark Spears goodness. Right? Yeah, the foils are hard to see with the reflection. Dope. And then I got the Chupacabra. Shout out to Lisa Noble. So that's what's on the back wall, my guy. So appreciate you. And I appreciate you guys hanging out with me tonight. This was just a test. It was nothing that was scheduled. It was a last minute, the day after Wednesday. It's an article that Cover Price does. And it's cool because it has some pretty sick covers. And it's only like 4 or 5 of them. You know, they don't have a whole lot on the article. So it's something that I enjoyed doing tonight, guys. If you liked the first hour or so where we just covered the Cover Price portion, and then I go over like an article or two that I noticed in Variety or anything else that I found interesting, you guys let me know. I specifically enjoy this Cover Price article that they come up with the day after when it comes to these sick covers. So if that's something that you guys are interested in, this is the website here. It's Cover Price, and this is the article that I found. It is called The Day After Wednesday, Trending New Comics, May 29th, 2025. And I thought it'll be a cool idea if on Thursday nights that we can kind of hang out, because I know the show is like 2 days later, just for a couple hours, because I know everybody got to get up the next day, and go over this list of the hot books, the books burning up the sales charts, and kind of discuss some new artists, some sick covers for the speckers, the people like to flip, to kind of hold on to some racials, shit that might be coming up. I think this is cool, a cool idea. But if it's something that you guys are interested in, just let me know. Comment down below, subscribe to the channel, and really give me some feedback. I think this would be fun to kind of hang out and do it on a Thursday, because there's a lot of Wednesday new comic book day shows where it's just about Wednesday and then like the hot covers. This is the day after. So then it kind of goes over some sales and some interesting covers to look forward to, like this Batman Hush giant size special edition. This Bitter Root I never knew anything about. So like this was, I thought, was the highlight of the week here. This friggin' Deadly Class 1 and 2. Bro, this is dope. This Remender Craig giant size artist proof edition. This is sick, man. For $25. I'm sure there's that because of the price tag, and the rarity. I'm sure this is something that you might want to. I think because it's giant sized and it's $25, people are not picking this up. But it's a 1 and 4, so this should run typically $100, and they sold one copy for $50. So I like this right here. This is cool. I like the colors in here. Like that that pink and that what's this color right here? That friggin' not blue, teal. Like this teal and this pink. This is sick, man. This is like real 80s shit right here. That I've never seen. I've never seen something like this. A number 1 and 2 image, Deadly Class. So I thought this was like the highlight of the article, because I've never seen that before. The giant size X-Men, the Justina, the Guardia. This was a sick Crane cover. The Uncanny Facsimile. So this is a big one. I think this is going to be a big seller. 135. That's going to be worth some money. You'll be able to flip that, no doubt. It's a 1 in 25. Nicoletta Baldari. This You'll Do Bad Things is pretty dope. This cover is sick, especially with this sexy lady on the front and the red in the back. And I like that it's in red, kind of like the red light. So that's dope. Still 1 in 10, Joshua Hickson. So it's a real quick article. It's not a whole lot to cover. It's not like on the DC Legions of Geek website where there's a whole list of new comic book day covers to go over. This is just a short list of what's possibly hot and something to look forward to on the day after, the ones to watch. So, yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me tonight. I think that's pretty much it. This was just a test. And again, I won't see anybody until the members only on Saturday. So if you're a member, then I will see you Saturday. We're going to be going through the giveaway pile. So the giveaway pile for the Beyond the Con event that's coming up between June 20th and June 22nd. I have some giveaway stacks that I'm going to be showing off to the members. So I'll show you guys what that looks like. What else do we have planned? Just going over some, like drama in the comic book community. The Diddy case. I have some clips loaded up from the Diddy case, which I thought was interesting and fun at the same time. So we'll go over that. And we're just going to hang out for a couple hours, guys. Last time I played a lot of music and showed a lot of videos. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that this time because we're going to be doing that next week. And I'm sure I can only afford so many copyright strikes. But we will be hanging out. I'm going to be dropping the link. So if you're a member and you want to, just hang out with us on panel, talk about your day or what's going on, hang out, man. It's just going to be a real chill kickback. Later on, I might have a guest stop by during the show, depending on how long the show goes on for. So there might be a special guest that stops by. If not, if it ends early, then that's fine because on Sunday I have the show with Matt for the Heroes for Hire Wake and Bake. But the members only should be fun, guys. I do have a couple of things, a couple of segments to talk about that I want to wait for until that day, until the show. Because I am disconnected from a lot of the drama. Honestly, I don't know what's going on. And I was just given some juicy tidbits. So I'll discuss those, and then we'll talk about the Comic Community Awards. I got some thoughts on that with the whole Brian LCS and his new channel that he has for the award show, and how he's changed his logo, and it looks like he's revamping what's going on. So I have some thoughts about that. And we'll discuss them on Saturday. What time is the live stream on Saturday? The live stream is set for 3 p.m. So that's 6 p.m. Eastern. Shoot. I might have to push that back to 4. We should be good. I'm working Saturday morning, but we should be good to still do the show at 3. Let's see. And then Matt on Sunday. Yeah, it's at 3. So yeah, 3. Shit, that's my time. So 6 p.m. Eastern. Members only, and I'm going to drop the link. We'll hang out. We'll have a good time. And if you guys are talking to Darth or anybody, just let him know. He's just got to, if you're watching, just send me your address info, and then I'll get it out to you. If not, then we'll have that for you guys next month. I'm just going to add it in there. I'm not going to wait for the guy to send me his address info. So I think that is it, guys. I know it's kind of late. It's 11. I want to eat, call it a night, because I got to get up early to send out my guy's Space Cases giveaway and Swagda's giveaway in the mail. Appreciate you, man. I'm going to throw in a couple extra goodies for you, brother. So Swagda and Space Case, I'm going to throw in a couple extra goodies for you guys. A couple things that I picked out specifically for you guys. So, yeah, just something extra, nothing big. Swagda, I know you like cartoon books, so I threw in something in there for you, especially, brother, because I know you're a cartoon guy like me. So, yeah, just to say thanks and for waiting the extra couple days, because I know I was supposed to get that out to you on Wednesday, but I didn't get the address info right away, and I didn't want to be. It's not like I'm gonna get people's giveaways out, but hey, Darth Lopez won, and congratulations. It's not like I'm not. I don't care who wins. That's support for the channel, right? You're going to get your giveaway. You just got to give me your address info. I'm not trying to. I really don't think anybody cares in the first place. So if he wants his giveaway, then he's got to send his address info. I'm not going through third parties, or I'm not going to ask Whack Comics to get involved, or Wahoo, or whoever he wanted. Just not going to do that silliness. All right, guys. I am out of here for the night. Thank you so much. I will see you guys on Saturday, if not then on Sunday on Matt's show. And until next time, check you later.
Some say love, it is a razor that leaves your soul to bleed.